Polite inquiries, Adelaide, second test, day 1. Do the face thing, idiot.
Yeah, sorry.
Arctic says, who does no run better, Smith or Labuschagne? Well, Smith's been doing more no runs than Labuschagne recently, as in he hasn't made as many runs. So you can put the boom tish in now.
I think Labuschagne is he's like the I know he's the mini me, but on the kind of yelling out, talking to yourself while you're batting thing, he's the father, I think, isn't he? Smith, I don't remember, of all Smith's weird tics, I don't remember so much just bawling, no run.
Marnus Labuschagne has sort of gone beyond Steve Smith and now is a weird version of Carlisle Best and Monica Seles. He's transformed himself into this other beast entirely. It's very, very odd. But he's also incredibly honest. Like, oh, that was a good ball. Like, I like that. Like literally, he must have, what was it? The one he said to Stuart Broad was something, how do you expect me to edge that? It moved that far. Sahil says, has Jos Buttler dropped the Ashes? I mean, I suppose the best question asked there is which time? What a weird day. He takes an absolute stunner and then drops 2 balls basically through technical errors. Like, he wasn't moving his feet. Matt Pry's been talking about it all over the TV. It's the first thing I noticed as well, that his feet just didn't seem right there.
The last one was a shocker, wasn't it? The first take to get rid of Harris, very good. It got much worse from there. I think in terms of has he dropped the Ashes, I'm not expecting it to be remembered in the same sort of category as Warne off Peterson at the Oval in 2005. I can't, something tells me the series isn't going to be quite that close.
Simon Hodgson, of course, adds, so Ben Folkes, that stable has bolted. England have made their decision on Jos Buttler, and you're going to take the good catches with the bad catches. He's always going to drop more than, I think, a normal wicketkeeper in that kind of situation. You just probably hope that he doesn't drop the same guy twice on the first day of the test.
Yeah, and would Ben Folkes have scored a sort of semi-aggressive counter-attacking 39 in Brisbane? That's what you've always got to ask yourself, isn't it? This could be sort of Butler's last hurrah at Test cricket, couldn't it? So there's every chance that Ben Folkes does eventually get another turn kind of come the summer, although Johnny Bairstow will obviously be ahead of him in the queue.
There's 2 other wicket-keepers in the team. They could give the gloves to Pope or Burns.
What I was more interested to know is what Marnus thought of the drops.
No catch. Jagan Deep says, are Broad and Anderson a strategy or a fascination for English cricket? I thought they bowled some of the best balls today. Actually, maybe Wokes didn't bowl well today. And obviously Stokes was quite bizarre. I mean, but I didn't think England bowled terribly today.
No, they again didn't have a lot of luck. And their keeper did drop 2 pretty big chances, as we've discussed. I mean, when you go to Australia with a couple of legacy bowlers, 35 plus, hoping, who averaged 30, they are 35 plus. They averaged 35 plus in Australia, and sort of expecting that to be a winning strategy, that might not be going to work.
Yeah, they're not really. I mean, I think it's about nursing them through, isn't it? But it's like, well, they're nursing Mark Wood through, and Australia nursed.
We're all being nursed through this.
Yeah. And Australia nursed through their bowlers in the last Ashes as well. Like, teams do that now, and I still think Anderson looked pretty good today, and I thought the attack has looked pretty good in both. In both matches so far. They just haven't taken any wickets.
And just wait until the batting happens.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? There's a lot of focusing on the bowling.
Let's not judge.
Raghab says, looking at the amount of bounce and turn Joe Root is getting, have England missed a trick by going for another 4-seamer attack? Well, it's a 5-seamer attack. It's a 6-man attack. I mean, everyone's having a go. Ollie Pope might have a bowl soon. All I would say is this. In what world would Jack Leach on short square boundaries against a bunch of left-handers have done any better? I don't think the ball is going to spin and bounce enough, although no one thought it was going to spin and bounce as much as it did already. England don't have a great frontline spinner. That's why they don't have a frontline spinner in this team. I think the more interesting thing is not the fact that they didn't go for a spinner. It's that last test, they basically said, we got it a bit wrong with Stokes. He probably wasn't quite that fit, and we pushed him a bit hard with the ball. And in this test, they went, do you know what? We're going to get you to bowl more overs and just bounces. That's all you're going to bowl is bouncers over and over again. England have a unicorn, and they're literally using him as a bruiser. It's remarkable. As Mark Wood sits there watching the whole thing, probably, with his own unicorn, knowing Mark Wood. Suya says, will England realise the value of Moeen Ali in Test cricket in time to come? Well, he's not. Bless him, and I love Moeen Ali. Who thinks he would be? The only thing that would have helped him is that he could have bowled to a bunch of left-handers, but he also would have struggled in Australia. And I'm pretty sure I know that because I'm pretty sure he has struggled in Australia before.
Bowling spin in Australia, disaster movie that Moeen Ali has starred in previously. He is one of those bowlers that didn't take any wickets with a pink ball in Adelaide. So, yeah, I think we've tried that one.
George Young says, have England got this even more wrong than their last pink ball test in India? Does he mean the selection? Does he mean the catching?
Yeah. I mean, that went pretty badly.
It was already over by this point, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say, they had lost by the end of the first day. I mean, this one, they could still bat okay.
I think if you could say anything, it's that so far in the 2 test matches, they seem to have picked the wrong attack for each ground, which is... I mean, that's easy to say in hindsight. I would have even had Jack Leach on the plane, let alone playing in the first test. I probably would have had Broad in the first 11. But regardless of that, it's much easier to say that in hindsight. But that's a fair effort to get your selection so backwards in the first 2 tests of the series. But at least they've got their batting to look forward to.
Yeah, we all know how good that could be.
We'll see you tomorrow.